My name is Janine. I am the Marketing and Communications Manager here at Find. I have been with Find Homeward Trust for just under 10 years, which feels bonkers. And as you can see, I am always a walking Find billboard. So yeah, I'm really excited to spend some time with you today. We're going to go through a couple of things about Find, just in case you don't know what a furniture bank is and how it supports our community. So we're going to dive into some fun learning this afternoon. Woo! Who's excited? Can I get some hands up? Yes, thank you. I love that. All right. We're going to start with just a quick land acknowledgement. So I just wanted to acknowledge that our work at Find takes place on Treaty 6 territory, a national meeting ground, gathering place, and traveling route for the Cree, Blackfoot, Métis, Nakota Sioux, Iroquois, Dene, Inuit, and so many others. We are so grateful for the opportunity to work and serve the community on this land, and we know the importance of the treaty and our responsibility to these communities. We also know that only in partnership can we create the social change necessary to end homelessness. And that's really what we get to do throughout these webinars through Housing Month. So we're so grateful to be able to be a part of that today. So what are we going to do today? We're going to learn about Find, obviously. Yay. A little bit about sustainability and how Find plays into the circular economy. Yay, saving the planet. And also why furniture is important and how you can be a part of the solution to ending homelessness. So let's dig into it. So what is Find? Find is a social enterprise of Homeward Trust Edmonton, who is the community entity for preventing and ending homelessness here in Edmonton. First and foremost, Find is a furniture bank for housing supports in Edmonton. And I like to think we do that pretty well. I might be a little bit biased, so throughout this presentation, you're going to be like, wow, she really loves what she does. And it's true, because what we do is so special and important. So the first thing we do really well is we are a furniture bank here in Edmonton. The second thing we do really, really well is that we offer lower cost furniture and home goods to the community through our thrift stores. So what does that mean? Seems pretty straightforward, but there's a little bit of intricacies to it. There we go. So how does Find work? So Find supports over 17 agencies across Edmonton by taking in donations of furniture and home goods from the community, putting together essential furniture packages for participants in the program with no cost to them. I know, exciting, right? Find takes in a wide variety of donated items. We try not to say no to too much, and what we can't use for the program gets sold through our thrift stores to support the purchase of items that otherwise can't be donated. So I know you heard me say thrift stores, and I'm sure you're really excited to learn more about that, because who doesn't love cool stuff? We're definitely going to talk about them a little bit more later in the presentation. So Find operates out of a 22,000 square foot building that houses all of our operations. So that includes retail, processing, logistics, and of course, the furniture bank. So Find's furniture bank is the heart of the operations at Find. Every department, every item, every person is dedicated to ending homelessness and supporting housing supports in Edmonton. The Furniture Bank started in 2009 as a collaboration between Homeward Trust, Bissell Centre, Alberta Job Corps, and the Edmonton Emergency Relief Services, as there was a trend that they had seen where Edmonton landlords were not letting people move into units without furniture. That became a huge barrier to supporting folks on their journey out of homelessness. So what all of these groups kind of we're finding was that the startup cost to set up a home was just not accessible for most people. The Find Furniture Bank was started to help people access what they needed so that they could start their journey out of homelessness in a safe and comfortable home. So we are all about home. In the first year of operation, Find furnished approximately 100 homes for participants in the program. Outrageous numbers at the time. Woohoo, Find. They were, really, really exciting to be able to furnish that many homes. As the years went on, the state of homelessness in Edmonton has changed. The capacity for the furniture bank had to grow and change in an effort to support as many individuals and families as possible. So housing teams are working tirelessly to get folks into a warm, safe home, and we help them by providing the furniture to do just that. Pardon me. So currently, Find has the capacity to support between 6 and 14 furnishings per day. We do that with what we call an essential furniture package. So that includes a couch or love seat, kitchen table, chairs, TV stands, dressers for each room in the home as needed, a new bed and a new TV, and whatever else we can provide based on inventory levels. It just really depends on what we have. Also included, we try to provide artwork, pots and pans, and other essentials that kind of help make that house a home, really trying to break down those barriers for people. So in 2023, Find was fortunate enough to furnish 1,480 homes. Can we get some high fives? That's massive. Yay, thank you. Yeah, we're super excited about those numbers. 1,480 homes. When you really put that into perspective and think about the community donations that went into that, that's 1,480 couches or love seats, 1,400 TV stands, 1,480 kitchen tables, even more chairs, even more dressers. It really is so much furniture. So because we know y'all love numbers, we're going to give you some numbers. Stats are always everybody's favorite. So like I had said, homes furnished per day between 6 and 14. We work Monday to Friday. The average number of homes that we furnish per month is around 140. Like I said, we did 1,480 homes in 2023, which was just so incredible. The total number of donated items given was just under 11,000 items of donated items. Just absolute incredible amount of support from community. When you look at the cost savings, it's over 400, I can't do numbers, $400,000, maybe more. I'm not good at numbers, sorry. Over 2,400 people moved out of homelessness. And as of right now, I did these numbers last week, over 16,633 homes furnished so far through Find, which absolutely incredible. It's so much furniture when you really put it into perspective. Okay, so when we write the numbers down like this, it really puts into perspective just how much the furniture bank thrift model like ours can help divert items from landfill. These are not just numbers. This is thousands of millions of pounds of fabric, wood, metals, plastic, you name it, that is being redistributed, reused instead of ending up in the garbage. So really a massive impact to the environment. One of our mottos here at Find is there's always value. No matter what the item, whether it can be used for its intended purpose or not, somebody can always find use for it. We really try to ingrain a sense of value into our work. Is there a way that this could be used that will bring function or joy to someone? The answer is almost always yes. For those where the answer is no, we have great partnerships with local community groups that help us either recycle or divert those items. For Find, in just 3 months, over 31,000 pounds. Yeah, see, I'm not good at numbers, sorry. 31,000 pounds of recovered resources came from our electronics recycling partnership, which is over 27.8 tons of CO2 emissions saved. So we really are committed to being environmentally conscious and thoughtful about our environmental impact. We're basically environmental superheroes at this point. No, I'm kidding. But we do put as much care into working with participants as we do into trying to keep our carbon footprint low. We really wouldn't be able to offer the services that we do without an environmentally sustainable model like this. So at this point, you're kind of wondering, okay, this is all awesome, but how can they afford to do this? That's a really good question. So Find is funded by 3 levels of government. Shout outs, thank you so much. However, that funding really only helps us purchase new beds and new TVs for participants. So everything else that we include either comes from community or is purchased from proceeds generated by our thrift stores. So as you can see, it's really imperative that we have community buy-in to be able to support this piece of the program. Donations really are the lifeblood of what we do, and we have seen the impact of not having inventory levels where we need them to support the program. So no matter the barrier, we work to make sure every participant gets what they need, not always what they want. It really depends on what we have, but we do our best to be as accommodating as possible. So after years of experience in this sector, we just celebrated our 13th anniversary. Woohoo! We've grown and changed and learned so many things along the way. Some takeaways as a furniture bank that we think are super important to recognize is that there are a lot of barriers set in front of people who are working to exit homelessness. So it's our job to help break those barriers down. By making furniture more accessible, we're able to give comfort, such a major part of home. We did a little bit of research to see what the cost would be like in 2024, because it's important to know what people are really facing when trying to start a home. Looking at IKEA to reproduce what Find gives as an essential item package, it would cost over $1,500. That's not including a TV. And that's with the most basic kind of lowest priced items that they offer. So we'll give you a second just to think about that. $1,500 is a lot of money for anybody. And when you're just starting out, really looking at what that would take to start over, start a new space. We looked at some of the other major retailers, Walmart, those kind of places, and it was even more expensive. Most had tons of barriers to access their services, including having only online items or not offering delivery. So in line with that, quality is another really, really important factor in what we offer. So while I did this research, for this little experiment, everything that was affordable was really not high on the quality scale. Most of the items were really hard, really uncomfortable, super small. So using donated items, for the most part, gives you such a better quality. And these items always have a lot of life left in them. They might not be, what you need anymore, but it doesn't mean that it's the end of life for these items. So not only is our cost savings involved, but these items are also genuinely comfortable to live with, which, we love comfort. So all of this really speaks to the importance of furniture banks for those experiencing homelessness. Now that we have kind of a sense of that scale at Find and how we're able to support with the donations, let's kind of get into what successfully furnishes a home. So each housing support that we work with operates differently. Every participant needs and wants different things. There's no one size fits all for what we do. So in order to streamline furniture requests for the program, Homeward Trust actually spearheaded the creation of the ETO program that works across agencies to know exactly who's working with what participant and exactly what phase of the process that they are in. So we love a system that works. This has helped Find grow our capacity for furnishing homes because it's a very easy system for us to navigate for everybody involved, which allows us to really focus on the individual and their needs. So this is really where it all starts. It's with the participant. Every piece of every piece of the Find puzzle is centered around the participant's needs, their wants, and the timeline to the best of our ability. The requests come into our furniture bank team from the participant's housing worker. We work with the donations that we have on hand to make sure they're inspected, cleaned, ready to go for the furniture bank team to use to furnish the new home. So I'll just talk a little bit about what we mean by clean and inspected. So Find team members are all trained in pest detection through a partnership with Orkin Pest Control. These folks actually come to Find a few times a month with our favorite four-legged friend. His name is Dash. We love Dash. He's trained to sniff out bed bugs. You may have seen this on our social media. We try to update it as much as possible. We also just did a really cool interview with CTV about this partnership and how important it is for us. So Orkin also comes out and regularly inspects for other pests just to make sure that everything we have on site is safe to send out to community. On top of all of that, all of the soft furniture that comes through the doors is professionally steam cleaned on site as well. So we just like to add these extra levels of care to help give peace of mind to participants and customers. We know it's important in working with secondhand furniture to just be really proactive in our approach. So before we get into the next part, I just want to give a little bit of history on kind of a furniture pick. So prior to the COVID-19 pandemic, participants would actually come into the thrift store and shop for their homes. So an appointment would be made for the participant to come in with their housing worker, shop for all their needed items. Those items would then be delivered kind of next day by our team members. Once COVID got to a point where it just wasn't safe for people to be in the building with us, we had to kind of pivot and do what we now call a curated pick. So this is a model where our furniture bank team would actually gather as much information as possible from the requisition and curate a pick of essential items based on the needs and wants of the participant with what we had available on site. So what we noticed with this curated pick model is that we were able to be a lot more efficient. So we could support more individuals each week by doing this curated model. However, what we noticed is there was a lack of choice, which we know is just so important to individuals that we support. So something that we're kind of working towards is a more hybrid model where participants can choose to either shop themselves or have the items curated for them. Some people like when we pick for them. Some people want to come and check out those items themselves. We've also kind of talked about the potential of an online model, maybe down the road, where people could actually, log into a website and pick their items from an online store, which would be really cool. We're always just trying to kind of think outside the box to accommodate, like make services easier to access, meet people where they are. It's always our goal to make it as easy as possible for folks to really get what they need. Okay. Let's get back to what makes a successful pick. So once the items are selected, however the participant chooses, they are staged in our warehouse, delivered to the participant the next day by our team members. So we have this really great team of folks in our logistics area. We've got 3 5-ton trucks and 1 3-ton truck, that supports the delivery of items for housing supports. We also offer a free pickup service for items that we can use in the program from community members. Yeah, I said free. We love free. So our trucks run 7 days a week and average about 14 stops per day, either for deliveries or for pickups, depending on the size. Offering the free pickup service actually really helps us generate items for the program because we know it's not always easy for somebody to come and drop off a massive couch. We also notice with this that the quality of items we receive from this level of service is heightened. So that making the donation piece of it easy really is the key to a successful program for us. With so many pieces to coordinate to make sure participants are getting what they need, and knowing that this is such a big step for each person, we really do our best to take the most care with each individual and each item. So you can see on this slide, we've got a few of our team members that are moving some couches for us, and a new snapshot of our fancy wrapped trucks. So right now we are running a campaign. If you see them out in the wild, grab a photo, tag it on social media, and you could be entered in to win some pretty cool prizes. We love prizes. All right. So the participant experience. This is one of my favorite quotes from a participant. So I got to pick out a couch and love seat, as well as the coffee table, when I was rehoused after 9 months of homelessness a few years ago. While the couch didn't last, my 6-month-old puppy ate the cushions, I still have the coffee table. I know I'll be back to buy another couch as soon as I move. I love what Find supports. It gives hope and pride to whoever is in need. This quote came to us from a participant who moved through the program. And it always makes me smile because it really shows the importance of the service that we provide and is also a really good reminder of the human aspect of the work that we do. For the most part, this process is really exciting. It's the culmination of a lot of perseverance and resiliency. And for a lot of people, this is the most exciting day when they get their find furniture delivery. For others, it can be a really overwhelming part of the journey. So we've seen folks who have to take a break in the middle of a delivery, or maybe they're triggered by a pattern on a piece of furniture and need to step away. We just know that each person has a safe space with Find to feel however they feel when they're going through this process. We're here to support no matter what that looks like for each individual. Promised we would talk about the thrift stores, so here we go. So every purchase benefits somebody moving out of homelessness. It's a pretty bold statement. We can back it up. So Find, outside of a furniture bank, operates two different styles of thrift stores. So our first and biggest model is the brick and mortar thrift location, 5120 122nd Street. This houses thousands of items and is accessible to the public 7 days a week. We have items that are cleaned and brought out and inspected throughout the day. So whenever you drop in, it's like a new store. We also have an online boutique that houses kind of the higher end donations and antiques. So you can shop from your PJs. You could do it right now if you want it. www.findedmonton.com. 7 days a week, right from our website. So items are dropped twice daily. We offer shipping, delivery, and pickup to make thrifting a little bit more accessible. So the thrift aspect of our business helps support not only the purchase of items that otherwise can't be donated for the program, but also helps those who aren't in the program and who are needing access to good quality, lower priced furniture and home goods. You shopping right now? You should be. So we get a lot of requests from folks who are new to Canada, fleeing an unsafe home, students who are moving out for the first time, folks who have gotten themselves out of homelessness without any outside supports, kind of you name it, all looking to access our furniture bank. So we see how great the need is and are so happy to be able to offer lower cost and more sustainable alternative to buying new. From students to seniors and everybody in between, Find is a place that anyone can find what they need to make their house a home. With a team of 60 people, we're able to provide job and training opportunities for folks who love to support their community, many of whom have lived experience. So when you really think about it, 60 folks, so many hands touch these items before they make it to their new home. And each person handles it with love and respect, knowing that it will make such a difference in the life of its new owner. So all of this really culminates into what I think is the coolest part of what we do, and that's community. I might be a little bit biased, as I said, I'm pretty transparent about it. But we really have the best community of support any nonprofit could ask for. We've learned over the years that a social enterprise like Find really gives everybody the opportunity to be a part of the solution to ending homelessness. That's massive. So how can you be a part of that solution to ending homelessness? You don't have to work in the sector or volunteer. You don't have to study the literature. You don't have to give money or items to support. You can just help by listening to the message. You can choose to be a part of the solution, however makes the most sense for you. We always say to our supporters, whether you shop, donate, follow us on social media, or just tell your friends and family, even the person in line at Costco, those lines get long. Strike up a conversation. You can talk about Find. You are now a part of the solution to ending homelessness. Find helps people understand the state of homelessness in Edmonton in a different way than media and statistics can. It's more tangible. We're advocates for affordable and supportive housing. We educate our supporters against myths and misconceptions, and people can see the impact of their support. We report back to community each month so that the person who donated the couch that month can say, hey, I helped set up that home. They are instantly empowered by the change they made in somebody's life without ever having met them. Like, how powerful is that? And from what we've seen, the feeling is one that people want to share. They want people in their lives to have that same feeling and really encourage their circles to get involved. Businesses reach out to us and want to find cool ways to get involved in the work we do, from giving us great deals on items, donating leftovers or returned items, wanting to volunteer to design spaces for participants. It's really, really cool. We actually just had a major corporation include Find in their team building exercise. So they actually had all of their team members build dressers together as a team building exercise, and then they donated those to the program afterwards. So everybody sees value in their contribution, no matter what it is and how we do it. People who support Find know that every little thing matters and can make a difference in the lives of somebody experiencing homelessness. It's also really neat that people can support for different reasons and still make such a big impact. Some of our supporters are really focused on the people part of our business, where others are really focused on the sustainability part of our business. So no matter what your reason for supporting, you're a part of the end goal, which is ending homelessness. What a beautiful testament to community. So today, I'd like to leave you with a little bit of food for thought. Really want you to sit for a second, sit in whatever chair, couch, wherever you are, and take a second to really think about, what does furniture mean to you? When you come home at the end of the day, where's the first place that you land? When you're not feeling well, where do you rest your head? When you have friends coming over to watch the big game, where are you going to hang out? What are they going to sit on? You're hosting a big dinner. Where is everyone going to be, and what are you going to use to serve them? Really, really thinking about how these things that surround us each day make you feel. What are they able to give you by just being there? We asked participants what they felt when they had their delivery of furniture from Find. These are some of the things and the themes that came up over and over and over again: comfort, warmth, safety, hope, dignity. Furniture is love, it's community, it's respect, it's understanding, and it's so, so much more. Okay, that's what I got for you today. Hopefully, we're leaving you feeling a little more excited about the chair you're sitting in. Did anybody have any questions? No, not one. I just not see them? Hold on. Chat. Oh, we got one. Yes. Marnie.
So how are the supporting agencies picked? Like the ones where clients can go, and like, are they all Homeward Trust related organizations, or how can, other participants?
Yeah, so it's all through the Coordinated Access Program. So we work really closely with all of the funded agencies through Homeward Trust. Anyone else? There's no way I covered everything. You have to have a dying, burning question about what we do here. No? Okay. Well, I'm going to take a second then to just shout out the team at Homeward Trust. I want to say thank you so much for all of your support and helping coordinate and put all of this together, to the amazing Housing Month team and committee that has just been working so hard to really give everybody the opportunity to learn more about all of these really incredible supports that we have in Edmonton that are working so hard towards that end goal of ending homelessness. We're just so honored to be a part of it. And yeah, thank you for coming and spending your lunchtime with us today. If you do have questions and you weren't totally able to get them out to me, this is my contact information. I am on the end of literally all of the social media. So if you are ever just really needing a question answered, please, please, please feel free to reach out anytime. Thank you, everybody. We'll let you get back to your very, very important jobs. Make sure you stop by the website and do some shopping.